Welcome everybody to the 1986 Nintendo Entertainment System classic, Castlevania. This was one of the flagship titles of the Nintendo Entertainment System era, and has spawned sequels upon sequels of games, many of which are pretty good in their own right, some of them not so much. But I digress. We take the form of the pantsless vampire slayer himself, the original Simon Belmont, everybody. He has his vampire killer whip, and he just kicks ass and takes names, and will take out the Count Dracula, death, and all sorts of horrid creatures that stand in his way in Castlevania. The whole plot to Castlevania is essentially Dracula is terrorizing Transylvania, and it's up to Simon to go and slay Dracula because, well, who doesn't want to kill vampires and save the world? So, as you can also see with that box above us, there is a knife in there. That indicates a sub-weapon. If you use these sub-weapons, they will consume ammo, which is seen as the heart meter, as you can see above there. Essentially, it's usually 1 heart per hit for regular weapons, and 5 for special weapons, such as the Time Stopper, but we will get to that in due time. Now, this room here is actually quite interesting. It's also the first instance of a healing item, but you can also use the bats to get up onto that platform up there and not have to go down this room. I just got an item which is known as the pot roast, or as I like to call it, the wall chicken. I kind of find it odd, really, that there is just a whole pot roast just lying on a wall and Simon is just willing to eat it, and that is actually the healing items. It's also kind of bizarre that the hearts aren't actually healing items, in fact they're actually ammo, as you would normally expect something like a heart, especially if you're familiar with game series such as Zelda or Star Tropics, that the hearts generally represent health, or even a lot of games that I know, generally heart meters represent health, not ammo. This is also the first stage, and it is quite easy. What I just got there will make you invisible and invulnerable to hits for a short period of time, even though it isn't very worth it, and it would also behoove you to get the axe for this first boss, which is the gigantic vampire bat. Also, a secondary thing you want to do is get the double shot, which will allow you to fire 2 axes in a 1 stage period, and if you use the axes, generally the vampire bat will go down with very little to no trouble at all. And that's stage 1, everybody. So next time we will be going through stage 2 and seeing what horrors that lie within